welcome to today's live training. Who's joining me live today? I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you ladies. Okay, I know last week we had the 3-day boot camp, the work-life balance boot camp, and honestly, you guys, the energy of that boot camp is still on me. I had to take 3 feminine energy days. You guys know what I mean by feminine energy days. I will explain it if you're just hearing the term. But after that boot camp, after the work-life balance boot camp, do you guys know what happened to me? After day 3, I turned on my camera and my body was like, "Abby, go take those feminine energy days," because I could not believe not just the information that I was sharing, but you guys who were able to attend and just having that energy as part of the boot camp. Thank you so much for attending it. Thank you so much for watching it. It was amazing. It was a pleasure to be able to share that information with you ladies. And over the course of, not next week, but over the course of the coming weeks, I've gotten some questions from you ladies on to explain some certain concepts that I talked about in the bootcamp. So don't worry. We're taking note. My team is going through all of those comments and we're putting it together. And I'm going to keep doing a deep dive for all the questions that I've gotten, especially some of the comments where they were asking for more information and things like that. I'm going to be sharing it for you ladies, so don't worry. But I took some days off to nurture myself, to care for myself. And what I call a feminine energy day, that's a day where I connect with me. So a feminine energy day for me means that I'm pouring only into myself. Everybody else can pause, okay? I need to pour into me. So most of the time what I do is that I take time and do nothing. I have certain things like journaling that I do to just release all of that built up energy that I may have kept stuck in my body as a result of pouring into others. So I drink my tea, I watch my favorite content, I dance, so I do certain things to pour into me. And I needed those 3 days to myself, okay? So if you guys haven't seen me in a while, it's because your girl took time to care for herself. And now I'm back for you ladies today. So I've been getting some requests to talk a little bit about imposter syndrome. So depending on where you are, if you are a professional woman, you have a career or corporate or 9 to 5, this can manifest in different scenarios. If you are starting a business, this can manifest in another way. I've been in corporate since 2013. Yeah, so 2013 till now. So that's like 10 years-ish. And I've been in tech this is my 10th year now. Take it from me, I have dealt with imposter syndrome for a long time, actually. For a long time. And it wasn't until year 7 or year 6 that I started really dealing with it, okay? So before I actually go into today's video, so for the ladies who have not met me, my name is Abby. I am a feminine life coach and I help professional women like yourselves. I teach you and help and coach you on how to take care of yourself by embracing your feminine nature, by having those boundaries, and of course, by practicing self-care. And so over the course of this week and next week, we're going to be diving deep into what is imposter syndrome, where does it come from, how does it affect your ability to care for yourself. Did you guys know they're actually related? Did you know that if you fully tap into your healthy feminine nature, do you know you can overcome imposter syndrome? Yes. So I'm going to be sharing those tips with you ladies, because one of the things that I've learned is that when I was starting out in corporate, the way it was playing out for me, and when I started my business, the way it was playing out for me were slightly two different ways. And I want to be honest with you ladies and share that with you, should in case you're in that stage, so you know how to overcome it. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about what is imposter syndrome. Like, if this is the first time that you're hearing it, that's okay. I'm going to tell you what it is. So this is a term that was coined by two psychologists in 1978. And it is essentially that feeling of fear, feeling of inadequacy, feeling like you're not enough, despite the fact that you have credentials to prove that you are capable. So the way this will manifest for women is that we will want to seek all the credentials, we want to do the certification, that certification, that certification, and then when it gets time to actually do the work, so for example, apply for the job, we don't want to. Or when it gets time to start the business that's in your heart, we don't want to. We want to do more certifications. We want to go get more of this, more of that, like that is going to help, right? We think that will help. And for me, oh my gosh. Like I've done certifications. But as I'm talking to you ladies right now, when I was doing those certifications, I did not know that it was imposter syndrome playing out. The only reason I know now is because I've come out of it, and now I'm coaching you guys, so I'm able to see those patterns, and I'm like, wow, this was what was happening to me years ago, right? So if you are somebody who's struggling with this and you don't know where to start, like you don't even know that this is a problem, you may have heard the term but you don't know if you have the problem, I'm going to share 3 things that you can essentially test to see if you are suffering from this syndrome. So one of the first things that I was doing, and most women tend to do, is like, you have the credentials, right? But when you get into like when you accomplish something, you did well on a project, you passed that exam, you landed this huge client, you did something that is clearly not everybody can do what you did, like it's clear. But when somebody comes to tell you, girl, you did good, you're like, me? No, really? You actually think they're lying. You think they're lying, or you think that they're just saying it for the sake of saying it. Or you think, like, it's, your brain cannot fathom that can be you. That can be you. Like for me, when I was in that state where, you know, I was really like, look, when I was in my masculine overdrive, like I went to the extreme. And to people who like, oh baby, you did so good in that presentation, I will think they're lying. Like I would think, it cannot be me that they're talking about. Like, how can I do a presentation that people actually listen to, and people want to take the things that I said and go implement? No way, it can't be me. Like, how dare me, right? So if you are that kind of person where you find it hard to receive, and it's not just being able to receive, but you actually don't believe it. Like, it's one thing for somebody to say, oh, that's a pretty dress. And it's another thing for somebody to tell you that and you think that person is lying. Right? It's two different mindsets. So if that's you, girl, you may be suffering from this imposter syndrome. Like, if that's you. And another thing with this is that, again, because you have the credentials to prove it and you're clearly capable, it's like duh to everybody else but you because you cannot see that, you constantly grind your wheels 24/7. Like 24/7, because you're trying to prove more and more what you think is not true. That's the second thing. So for the ladies who attended the boot camp on Monday, where I talked about the reasons why women are burning themselves out and are struggling with having a work-life balance, and I said those are fake reasons. Do you girls remember? I said fake reasons. I said real reasons, right? And one of the reasons I said fake was because that's what they think. They think that, oh, there's not enough time, so therefore I cannot have time to care for myself. But deep down, there's certain things. And so if we take that back to what I'm telling you now, is that when you have this thought that no matter the credentials that you have, no matter the certifications that you have, no matter, you could be a college professor and still have this. Actually, the stats show the higher your achievement in like business or corporate, the more likely you are to have imposter syndrome. They said, I think it was KPMG, 75% of female executives have that. Duh, right? So because you have all these things, you're constantly grinding, or you're going to constantly grind, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out. And I did that because I thought that was the way to overcome it. I thought that by proving yourself and constantly keeping up with your game, making sure that you are skilled up, you should still do that, of course, right? You want to really have those credentials, but that's not how you overcome it. That's not a long-term strategy. We'll talk about that in the coming weeks, okay? So I've given you 2 reasons to test. If you don't know if you're struggling with this, number 1, do you struggle to receive compliments for your achievements? And beyond struggling to receive, do you actually think people are lying when they tell you, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this. Oh my gosh, this is you? This is you? Oh my gosh, how can you run a big team like this? And you're like constantly questioning yourself. So that's one of the ways. The second ways is that you're constantly grinding your own wheels 24/7 and you are burned out. You are burned out. And the reason why you feel that way, again, is because it's like a loop. So because you don't believe in yourself, you think the way to help it and the way to overcome it is by overworking, then you burn yourself out. When you burn yourself out, you cannot be effective enough to really be as productive as you would be when you're not burned out. That translates to your brain like you're not good enough. Then you continue to grind your wheel 24/7. It's like a loop, right? It's like a loop. So that's the second thing. The third thing, actually there are a lot of things, but the third one is feeling of anxiety and fear whenever whenever you're in certain situations where you've been there, but you constantly have that feeling of fear that people are going to find out that you are like a fraud or something. It's actually an active fear, and you're thinking, when will they eventually find out that I am not good enough? They probably are tricked by what I'm doing, but deep down, I'm not that good enough. So you constantly question, and it's almost like you're planning and waiting. You're planning and waiting for them to find out. And that planning and waiting causes you to feel fear, and you're always anxious all the time. Now let's take a little step back. Let's look at this woman that is, number one, doesn't feel like she's good enough. Number two, is actually doing the work that will equate to her being more productive, but she's grinding herself out and burning herself out. So she's at 50% of her capacity. Number three, she's actually having anxiety feelings, and she feels very anxious. How is that woman going to be able to care for herself? Like, let's be real here. Like, how is that woman going to even want to engage in self-care? Like, she's not in that mindset. Like, she's not in that state. She's essentially spending her physical and emotional energy just thinking about other people finding out that she's a fraud. So she's planning ahead to prevent that from happening. Is it happening? No. But it's the brain playing tricks on her and telling her, okay, today they might actually find you out. And so when I talk to some of you guys, and I hear some of the things that you tell me, it's easy for me to sit on my own side and say, oh yeah, that's that, and this is the reason, and this is what you can do, this is the reason why this is going on, and this is what you can do. But when I put myself in that position where I was years ago, it's a lot harder to even recognize what's going on. That's the problem why it prolongs for so long, and a lot of women are still struggling with this. That's one of the reasons, because when you're in that state, you cannot see it. You just can't. You literally have to remove all the information that your brain is utilizing to create that perception for you. You have to remove that information and throw it away, and then take in new information and reprogram yourself. Like, that's what you're going to have to do. But don't worry, we'll talk about it in the coming weeks. Now, if you are someone who has a corporate job, like you have a 9-to-5, and you have been wanting to start your business, like you are at that state where, baby, I want to start my business. But if you notice that you're not able to take that step to start the business, this could actually be one of the reasons. This thing could actually be one of the reasons. Do you guys know when I actually got the prompt to be a coach? You guys know? I would say almost 20 years ago, when I was like a teenager. I may cut that in half, because as a teenager, I was still in my youth, I was having fun. But when I entered uni, graduated from uni, and I started working, like, I used to be the person people would come and ask advice for, they come talk to. So those skills and abilities to help other people were there. But there's no way I ever thought that I would be able to be in a position where I'm helping other women. Like, what? Like, have I even helped myself? Those are the thoughts that will come. And then when I started working, 2014, when I got into the industry and I really started building my career, like, I would get here and there the prompts, but there's no way I could even listen to them. I just know that some women will come and ask me, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? How do I do that? Right? And I'll help them. But I didn't know that, like I didn't think that I could be in a position, like, how dare me? You know what I mean? I didn't. So when I'm telling you guys this thing, not to essentially, expose myself, but to show you that, hey, like if you have a gift, don't wait that long. Don't be me. Don't be me. That's why you have women like me to help. Don't be us, right? Recognize this and take the action. So I say this to say, if you have like a business in your heart, or you have something in your heart that you think you are not capable of doing because you don't have the enough certification or degree or whatever you think that can qualify you, that desire in you is enough. Like, it is enough. It's enough. That is actually what qualifies you. Because you're only going to get confident by doing the thing, right? Confidence comes from doing something repeatedly until your brain gets used to it. Okay? So if that's you, we're going to be having next week. So next week we're going to talk about the different ways it shows up. Then the other week we'll talk about how to overcome it. I'm going to structure it in a way that is easy for you guys to be able to deal with that. But as of today, if you have that thing in your heart to start now. Take one action, just one, that is going to help you start the thing, whether it's a project, whether it's a job you want to apply for, whether it's a business you want to start, whatever it is. Even as you're feeling that inadequacy, like, who's going to listen to me? There are a million people. One of the things that I hear is saturated. If I give you guys, in fact, if I tell you how many times I've heard that, I would be a billionaire today, right? It's saturated. Yeah, it's saturated, but the world still needs you, right? There's somebody who needs to hear the thing from you. We all have that. You could have 10 people teaching the same thing, but you'll be able to connect to somebody because of their unique ability. And for your case, it's whatever makes you you that the people who need you are waiting for. Okay? So I say this to say I didn't want to leave this live without saying that. That was important. That was something that I got the prompt to tell whoever needed to hear that. Okay, so today's live is going to be short. I do have the summary. Oh my gosh, that's taking me longer than I want to. But I do have the summary of the bootcamp. So I'm putting a post together so that if you missed the bootcamp and you were not able to watch the replay, you can still have some of that information that you can use. I will also take down the bootcamp. I was on my feminine energy day, so I didn't do that, but I'm going to do that as I create that post. Once you see that post, the bootcamp videos will be gone, so you can go through them. I'm going to upload them on my platform, so if you want to view them, then you can access using that link, but they're going to be off the group. The second thing, so I have 2 of my ladies that are graduating this week from my program. So if you are someone that is looking for some help with either up-leveling your work-life balance, your self-esteem, your femininity, your self-care, your purpose, then reach out to me. Let's have a conversation and let's see where I can help you with that. Okay? But other than that, I will see you ladies later. Enjoy your Tuesday, and don't forget, self-care is a necessity, not a luxury. I'll see you girls later. Bye.